the first time, Family Matters star Jaleel White walked down the aisle this past weekend on May 4th to girlfriend and sports tech executive Nicoletta Rule. Now, of course, social media would have a few things to say once they discovered that a favorite childhood star tied the knot. So what is your reaction? Are you shocked that Jaleel's new wife is white?
Do you remember the show Family Matters?
Yeah, I used to watch it as a kid.
Anyway, he got married. With him being married, you would think everyone would be wishing him well wishes, but he made a vital mistake. He made a vital Dr. Umar mistake, and I hadn't heard anything from Dr. Umar. What?
He married white.
Yeah, he married a white woman. Really never heard anything about him in the last couple of years until he marries a white woman.
Many continue to not ignore the interracial relationship between the two and had to comment on that. One user on social media would respond to the headlines by writing, "I think it's more so shocked that black men who've kept us entertained on black films and shows mostly married outside their race. So it feels like we, black community and black women, are good enough to profit from but not marry. We want these characters to be real because they were so relatable to us on screen. They could be our brothers, uncles, lovers, etc. But the truth is, they're their own personal lives and desires and aren't beholden to their blackness."
With that comment, I just want to stop for a second. So, in the TV show Family Matters, because the relatable on screen, if it was being relatable on screen, he was actually being dissed by a lot of people just because he was a nerd. His character revolved around him being a nerd and basically getting on everyone's nerves, including the dad, and basically including everyone. And so if we're saying that, you know, relatable, his character was relatable, then a lot of people didn't really want him around, didn't like him, and he had a hard time with women and stuff like that. And so if that is relatable, what is not relatable for him to be able to have the opportunity to choose and to pick his own choices of who he wants to, you know, fall in love with and want to marry, and vice versa for the person that he married. But the same thing for anyone else. It's almost like everyone's pocket watching, you know, who people are in relationships with and who people marry and things like that. And then they're really pocket watching if you married someone, especially, you know, you're a black man. I just found it very interesting for him to pop up in my news feed just because he married a snow bunny.
Okay.
Most black men marry down in class when they marry these white women.
Okay.
Who is she and what does she do? This lady is in the Spanos family, the ones who own the LA Chargers. She went to Yale and Stanford. I'm not mad at Urkel because she has her own money. He knows she's actually in love with him. Well, she's a person that has a bachelor's degree from Yale University. She went to Stanford University, has a degree in management, and she's a sports tech executive. So we can't say that he's marrying a scrub.
The funny thing to me is that I don't hear anything about Dr. Umar's school anymore. And so I'm going to keep saying that for you guys. I don't hear anything about the school. I don't hear anything about him getting married. I don't hear anything about him being in a successful relationship. I don't hear anything about him taking care of the 2 baby mama kids that he has. But other than that, I just wanted to put that in there real quick. I am petty. What? I'm petty. I'm sorry.
Jay Ellis, who was on Insecure, when he married his wife, Nina Senekar, he literally had to lock down the Instagram comment section because so many people were destroying the fact that he married a non-black woman.
The people that comment, especially the negative stuff, I mean, you have nothing else to do.
No, they don't. They don't have anything else to do. That's why they're commenting negative. I would venture to say is that most of them are single. I mean, really.
Because who's going to put up with you just sitting on the computer all day? Like, go get out and live.
I would say most people that do have someone else or have a significant other that they're actually in a relationship that they want to be in, usually are doing other things and don't have negative views.
Right, because they're happier. They're enjoying life.
We get negative comments too, but just understand that negative comments that you leave, I think all of you are sad individuals. And you may not be, but your comments kind of portray that you are sad, single, and in need of a release. What? No, what? Some people just need a release.
Here's something that's also very interesting. None of these black men have any history of being rude or disrespectful to black women. Then we have this person. This person makes a great comment, and I'm glad she put it there. Angle music, I don't got one black girlfriend that would date him. Let the man live. Dr. Umar will have to understand. Yeah, might be true. Some black women might not date him because of, you know, his style, how he carries himself. Then we have here for the comments. Cause, exactly. Why is she there for the comments? Stop the show. She's there for the comments because she knows what people are going to say about this guy. Ultimately, this is going to get worse, not better. There's a lot of opportunities for men once they start doing very well. Some guys are going to get new experiences and try new things, which will lead to more black men having more options available to them. And that's something that we got to expect.
Other than that, it's going to be a short video. It's just interesting that a lot of people are stuck up still on the whole race thing. What I mean interesting is that if you're not interested in talking to or being open to someone of the other race, and then why do you put so much energy into paying attention to what people who date or marry, other races, why is there so much attention paid to that? Like, if you're not interested, then why are you paying so much attention to it?
Right.
Dr. Umar. But I know why Dr. Umar is paying attention to it, because he needs a way to make money. And the thing is that because there's so many people online that are interested, because I really only see any of this stuff really online. We don't see this stuff in our personal life. Yeah. Just like when we went to the birthday party, how many people were there? Your dad's birthday party.
Oh, my dad's. Yeah. Like between 70 and 80. Between
70 and 80. Between 70 and 80, and these were older white people, like older.
Well, yeah, it was my dad's 80th birthday, so it was a lot of his
most
friends.
Most of them were above 70. Was the only black person in the room? Was the only black person?
No, Carlton.
Carlton was there too.
Yeah.
Carlton, imagine that name, Carlton. Carlton was there with a white woman too, obviously. Even with these older 70-year-old, 70 plus, I mean, listen, they've been through some stuff. Everybody was just extremely nice to me. Mm-hmm. Now, some people well, they were nice to you just because you are the token. Listen, I don't care what people think of their, I don't care. And the thing is that I can't live my life like projecting like my insecurities onto other people, which means that if I felt like I was a token and they would be nice to me because of that, it's like I'd acted like that. No, they were nice to me and I was nice to them just because they seem to be nice people. They presented themselves to be nice to me. I presented myself to be nice to them. It's just human interaction. But I will say is that I think some people like build up this mountain sometimes. It's like, you're in a interracial, relationship. You're going to have some hard times with people's family and things like that. And then some you may. Mm-hmm. And some you may. And the thing is that hard time can come from the white side, but it can also come from the black side. Because I'm pretty sure most people who are black have went through this conversation as you're growing up. As I won't say I did, but I did hear something kind of like that. It's like, let me bring that white girl in my house. Now, is that not racist to a degree? Because let a white parent tell, their child, don't be bringing that black person in my house. Are you not going to look at them as being racist? Yes.
Oh, for sure.
And then when you're in an interracial, relationship, the only thing you really need to care about are the people around you and, your immediate family. And I think for most people, that's all they care about, because all this, back and forth, jibber jabber and all this other stuff comes from people outside. And it comes from people who sound like they've never been in a racial relationship, either at all. And they have their 2 cents they want to put in. But how can you speak on something that you've never been in before? And then some people will speak on it because they've been in one and they're speaking as like, well, I was in one and it didn't work out for me. Well, I mean, did you date every person that is not of your race on the planet? So, I mean, yeah, you have your view of it, but your view could be a little skewed because maybe it was you.
Black relationships that didn't work out for you either.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then
you're the common denominator.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. And then if you got black relationships that didn't work out, and then white relationships that didn't work out, maybe you should start looking in the mirror.
Might have been the white girl.
Yeah,
might have been though.
Well, it might have been, could have been, but might not have been a black girl either. But at the end of the day, I just think it's just a little funny for just for him to pop up in my feed. And I know he popped up in some of y'all's feeds too. Like, look, whatever y'all getting to showing you guys this stuff, I get the same stuff. And so I know these two things popped up in a lot of black people's feeds. But for it to be popping in my feed, I just think for him being in an interracial marriage now, I think it's just a little ridiculous. But, hey, what would be interesting to me? Like, if there's the equivalent of the white media channels, like if this same thing popped up in the white media channels, did it pop up in yours?
I don't really have a
okay.
YouTube. feed.
Because he married black and then she was white. Like on the white side of YouTube, like if this popped up in her feed, it's like, oh, look at this black man, look at this white woman marrying out this black man. We're losing them all. Oh, I do want to speak to this real quick and then we can go. From my understanding, she actually comes from a family that has a important last name or something. She comes from
Plus, I think wasn't she an executive
yeah.
herself?
She got her own money, and so I remember Dr. Umar saying that black men get the white women that white men don't want.
Black men get the white women that other white men generally do not want. You don't get the top of the line white women. You don't.
This is the final part in my series.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. It just shows that Dr. Umar's stuff isn't always true and doesn't hold true. Actually, I don't think none of his stuff holds true, including that school he was supposed to open. All right, we can go now.